Hi, welcome to Jana's Kitchen. Today we're making my birthday cake. This is our 100th episode. Ta-da! Erin has been my, what do you call yourself? Executive producer. And this is our 100th episode. And so we're making for 60 some years, it's been my birthday cake. And we thought, well, because Erin's been saying, what are you going to do for your 100th episode? So here we are making Jana's famous birthday cake that my parents made for me. It's called Raspberry Angel Food Dessert. It's very simple. And so I'm putting into the bowl here 2 cups of boiling water. There it is. And either 2 3-ounce boxes of raspberry Jello or strawberry Jello, your choice. They have a new package design. I bought them all both today, but they have a new package design. And so, or you can use 1 6-ounce box. So I'm going to use the 2 3-ounce packages today. And we're going to just let this dissolve. And then we're going to add 1 cup of cold water to it. And you're going to see how easy this is. In another separate video, look for it, I made a box angel food cake in one video. If you want to buy a cake mix, how to make an angel food cake out of a box. It's different than a regular cake. And then the other video is a homemade from scratch angel food cake. And so I did them both. And so you'll be able to find the scratch one or the cake mix one. And we're going to dissolve this Jello until you kind of look on the bottom, see all the sugars dissolve. And by the way, hey Erin, in the top shelf, in door number 2 there, on the very top shelf, in that left basket, there's a box of gelatin right there. Yep, that's it. Yep. If you want to bring that, I was going to show them that. We have it's a chain store that's quite a ways around the United States. But they also have, if you're cooking for your grandchildren or whatever, they have a strawberry gelatin dessert. There's no artificial sweeteners. There's no high fructose corn syrup. There's no synthetic colors. They use vegetable colors in their gelatin. So that's an option if you are going red Jello. And so I just wanted you to know it's called Aldi, A-L-D-I is the name of the grocery store, but there's probably other sources too if they've got it. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1 cup of cold water to this. And I'm going to add in whole raspberries. These aren't sweetened or anything. And so this is 10 ounces. Oh gosh, Erin, I don't have very strong hands for those new packaging. They're very, very good packaging, and I appreciate that. And so to that mixture, I'm going to add these 10 ounces of raspberries. You can add raspberries, strawberries, mixed berries, blackberries, whatever your family's favorite is to this. Now the recipe itself that my parents used to make, my dad had summers off. He was in education, and so sometimes he would make it for me if Mom was working. You can also buy sliced strawberries or raspberries if your store has them, and they're in a sugar, just strawberries and sugar. And that's what the actual recipe called for, but I'm not going to have to do that today, so I'm just satisfied with the raspberries that are in here. And so now we'll be back. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and I'm going to bring it out when it's partially set, not all the way set. So that'll take about a half an hour, and those frozen raspberries help it to set up pretty fast. So we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and I wanted to show you the gelatin. See, it's not all the way set. Okay, you don't want it to go all the way to Jello. And so now in this bowl, I'm going to do 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I shook the container. There we go. I want to whip it. Doesn't take long. I put my metal bowl in the refrigerator. You can use metal or glass. I put my bowl in the refrigerator and got it cold. That helps it whip faster. Using my little handy dandy handheld mixer. I've been washing my hands so much today, my hands look wrinkled like an 80-year-old. See how thick it's getting already? You don't want to overbeat this. Again, look at that, how fast. Does not take long. Now to this is optional because we haven't added any sugar other than the sugar that was into the gelatin. And so I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of confectioners or powdered sugar. Sifting it because mine is a little lumpy. A lot of lumpy. As a matter of fact, lots of lumps in there. And that way I don't have to deal with the lumps to beat them out since my whipping cream is already so cold. Get that in there. Almost there. If I would have pre-done this, you wouldn't have had to wait, but I didn't realize it was quite this lumpy. There. Just have these little strainers. You can get them on Amazon. It'll be in my Amazon store. Thank you, Erin. What would I do? She's my other half of my brain today. Every day. There, we don't want to overbeat it. We just want to be Michael Jackson and beat it. Erin's dying. She's like, Mom. Hey, he was my age. Okay. Now, remember the angel food cake we made in the other recipe? She's dancing to beat it. I need that. The homemade from scratch angel food cake. And we also made one that is from a box mix. And those are 2 separate videos. And they'll be uploaded. And we did that because this is our 100th video right here. It's a little long, but I'll tell you what, this really doesn't take long in person. It's, like I said, you can always go to the store and buy a, let me get it on this side. You can go to the grocery store and you can buy, I would buy 2 of the grocery store size angel food cakes. I just did this on purpose because I'm going to tear it apart, so it didn't really matter. I'm putting it all in this pan. I'm trying to hurry, and that's not a good thing. And so I'm going to take this cake that I made from scratch. It's so light and fluffy. I'm going to break it apart, put it in this bowl, and we'll be right back. All right, I got my homemade angel food cake, but you can use the 2 store-bought ones because they tend to be smaller, or 1 boxed angel food cake mix according to directions. And so I tore it up into chunks. You know, they're good sized chunks. And then I've got my 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, beat to almost stiff peaks. Now I'm going to add that gelatin mixture and the raspberries. There we go. Aaron. And then I'm going to fold this together. This is such a perfect thing for Easter or, like I said, birthdays, summertime, dessert. Oh, so good. And you just don't want that gelatin to get all the way set up, okay? That's very important. You just want it to be gelled a little bit, but not set. Those frozen raspberries, it doesn't take long. It didn't even take quite a half hour, I don't think. I just had time to do a quick little errand on the other side of the house and trying to get all that gelatin mixed in with that cream there. Now I'm going to pour all of this over my angel food chunks. And my mom, like for my birthday, she would actually pour it back into that angel food tube pan so that it looked more in the shape of a birthday cake. Thank you, Erin. And now I'm going to mix this all together with my spatula. And then we're going to pour it into an ungreased casserole pan. This is a 9 by 13. And then it's going to go back into the refrigerator. And I'm going to refrigerate it overnight. If I would have done this in the morning, it would have been ready for supper. But it's supper time now, so I'll pour it into the pan, and then it'll set up overnight. And we will have this all ready. We'll be back. So I'm going to let this sit overnight, and we will be back in the morning, and you get to see how this sets up. It's beautiful, and it's delicious. And look at the color. And if you want to, you can whip some more heavy whipping cream with a little confectioner's sugar and like spread it all over the top. But we've never done that. I might have maybe once, but you don't need it. It's so light, it's so delicious, and it's a great dessert. So we'll see you in the morning. And we are back. Welcome to the next day. You can hear Bailey in the background. I wanted to remind you to cover your dessert. Some casseroles have their own cover, you know, whatever. I just had this, and so that's what I use. I'm really going to be coming up with a plan to avoid plastics. We're working on a family plan here. So here is our raspberry, and you can use strawberry, but it's raspberry angel dessert. And so I'm going to show you how it sets up beautifully. And you just cut it. I'm going to do another one on the other end here. You know, the first piece never looks as nice coming out of anything as it does after you take out the first piece. So we're going to work on this here. So let's see if we can get it. There it comes. Here it comes. Yeah. Oh, nope. I left most of it in there. The first piece is always the one. See, it's not even sitting straight because most of it's still in here. And so, but it's still going to taste wonderful. And so that is raspberry angel food dessert. And I want you to know that it is so light and it is so refreshing. And I hope that your family will try this real soon. I have the two types of cakes listed in my YouTube page. You'll see a cake mix for angel food, and you'll see my homemade scratch one too. Thank you. And check out my Amazon store because I have the angel food pan, I have the casseroles, I have everything that you need to make this, and the mixers.